Let's bring in the homie Trysta Krick. And she is, in fact, live from Portland. Live from the home studios out in Portland.
From the PDX.
Pacific Northwest.
What's up, y'all?
Good, man. What's going on with you?
I was making a video about how insane people are.
Oh.
They're talking about the Dallas Wings, and I'm telling you, it's like a three-way civil war on who the Wings should be drafting at number 1 overall. I'm telling you, the comments section is crazy right now. So I had to make a video. I was trying to edit it. Time slipped away.
It's okay. You got a business to run. You got the Heat Check Pod, you got the Let Her Shoot Pod, and you're running the Daily W, man. That's big time.
What's the 3 players?
Awa Fam. A lot of people think she's got the highest upside. She's 6'6", one of the youngest players to be a pro overseas, Spanish team, under 20 MVP. Like, she's a real beast. Like, she could end up becoming transformational. Like, not the same as Dominique Malonga, but like kind of a prodigy in that way and tall in that way. Super athletic, baddie as well. Super bad. Not to say that matters at all. A lot of people think that she's like the highest upside. Then you've got the Wings who need a ton of help at the center position. They had to go get Lee Giroux. They ended up trading Nalissa Smith. That didn't really work out well. Had one of the worst interior defenses in all of the league. Couldn't rebound for ish. Maisha Hines-Allen was averaging like 6 rebounds per game, and she was the leading rebounder for the team. Paige led in every single category other than that, including blocks. So you need a center. So a lot of people think Lauren Betts is the obvious choice at 6'5", and I'm telling you, people are ready to die for that. And the fact that AZ and Paige played together actually is what's harming AZ's case, because they think the only reason people would, the Wings would draft her is just based on her chemistry with Paige. But truly, like, this is the second to worst 3-point shooting team in all of the W last year. They couldn't score for anything. Teams were packing the paint against Paige, so she couldn't get to the mid-range. She was struggling. So, and perimeter defense was awful. So, to me, AZ solves 2 problems. Maybe she doesn't solve the interior defense problem. Well, she definitely doesn't. But she solves the 3-point shooting problem, the spacing problem, and she also solves the perimeter defense problem. And what you go out and do in free agency is go out and get a Breanna Stewart. Or go out, and she's probably not leaving New York, but you could probably get somebody else. Everybody else is a free agent. So why not try and get somebody right away? Because the center position is really hard to acclimate to in the W. Like, why don't you get somebody already seasoned? You can't be waiting for Awa Fam to develop into whatever she's developing into. She's averaging 6 points per game for Valencia right now.
I don't know.
I know this isn't true.
Yeah.
I know it's not. It feels like AZ Fudd is 30.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I've known her name so long. Maybe it's because she's been in college for like 6 years.
Yeah.
But I swear to God, she's 30 years old.
It feels that way.
She's a beast. She's an absolute. Her defense to me is so underrated that nobody really even talks about it, because she's such a good movement shooter, such a good spot up shooter, and like can pass a lot more than people think. So I think she can play, like, she can be on or off the ball. Paige obviously is going to have the ball in her hands a lot as well. There's also some people that say that Paige is better suited off ball and they need a more traditional point guard like an Olivia Miles. That's far less down the rankings in terms of what people are saying. But people are really mad about whatever player they think that you're overlooking. And it's like, it's a war in the comment section. So I had to come with some facts.
I'm not committed to any of the players. I love AZ Fudd. I love her game, but I think I'd go Lauren Betts.
Why not just get a player? Why not just get a center in free agency?
That's an option as well. That's an option as well. But I think you get Lauren and Paige in that inside-outside combo, get them to grow together. And I feel like you can find a point guard or another scoring guard in that league relatively easily. Like, what's my girl's name? Natasha Sells. Like, you can go find somebody like that to pair with Paige. I don't know if.
They had Arike Agumbawale, and that didn't work at all. Like, at all.
But she was a scorer. I want more of that point guard, somebody that can fall back a little bit, knows their role, but can score given the opportunity. So Paige can do her thing, and then I'd probably want Lauren taking care of the inside. But that's just me. I mean, you know that one a little bit better than I would.
What do you think, D'Lo?
I like AZ. AZ is the one.
It's really hard to get a two-way wing like that.
Yeah. Also, she's fully developed.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, she's
ready
not
to go.
20-year, like she's ready to play. Like she's been ready to play WNBA basketball. She's been ready to be a professional basketball player for probably 2 years.
Yeah.
Like she can go right now. But the problem is this is Dallas, and Dallas, like you want that, you need that, but it's a lot like the Sacramento Kings. Like you want that player to build around, but you have a lot of building that you have to do there if you're Dallas. And as you mentioned,
the facilities as well. Like someone said, I hope AZ likes what is it? Likes Chex Mix, or what is it? Tex-Mex, because that's all we have to offer her right now. We don't even have a practice facility.
Man,
it's tough.
That reminds me, Trysta, are you coming out here for the regionals?
I was looking at this region. You guys got done so dirty. I was looking at the ESPN regions. All the good teams that I want to see are in Fort Worth.
Well, all the good teams are on the East outside of UCLA.
Yeah. I mean, LSU's there, Ohio State. But, I mean, you're talking about there's going to be teams like Louisville, I think, that will be in Sacramento. You're going to get some teams that are east of the Mississippi that are in Sacramento just by the way that it goes down. But there's a lot of good teams that are in Fort Worth that I have to see.
I don't mean to sound like
I hope Louisville's here. I will show up just to boo Jeff Walls. Like I will show up just to boo his ass out of the Golden One Center.
I don't mean to be like this because I want the health to be first, but we really got a raw deal when Juju tore her ACL.
Oh,
because
sure.
they were going to be here,
For
and they
sure.
still might, but Juju's not playing.
Yeah.
Jazz is nice though. There's a nice complimentary piece there.
Speaking of Trysta Krick, Heat Check Podcast, Let Her Shoot Podcast, the WNBA set a March 10th deadline for a new collective bargaining agreement to be reached before the season becomes affected. Now, a lot of people thought, I mean, I don't want to say a lot of people, there was discourse where, we're kind of entering that time, the end of February, the beginning of March, where something has to be done before the season gets affected. There are a lot of people who think that's all talk. As long as you get it done by the start of free agency, which I believe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is April 1st. As long as you get it done by then, you can navigate just about anything. Is this posturing, or are we really starting to take the first steps to eliminating parts of the WNBA season?
I think those who are running the WNBA PA think that there's going to be missing games. I think those who run the NBA and the WNBA feel like there's a good chance that we're going to get a work stoppage. I just don't see. Yeah, the deadline is fine, but you're also seeing the PA leak the fact that the WNBA now has to distribute out money to do a revenue share off of a bad deal from last collective bargaining agreement, and they still have to pay them out $17 million to be split among teams, and then half of that split to the players. So I think $8 million is going to be split amongst 13 teams and the active players from last year. So that was not something I think the WNBA wanted to come out in the middle of this collective bargaining agreement, while they are poor mouthing, saying that we are going to be losing millions and millions of dollars if the players end up getting a portion of gross revenue. So I think that's really the sticking point. It's one, if you're so broke and you're so poor, show us. And two, pay us a percentage of revenue like every other PA gets for their athletes. Every sport does this. And yet you are trying to run from the grind and avoid paying us off of a gross number. You're saying net revenue. Net revenue is not a real word. Like that's not a real phrase. That's not what revenue is. A gross number. That means how much money are you bringing in? Not less. Once we start subtracting expenses out, that's no longer just revenue, baby. You're doing something new, and you're trying to play these little word games because you think the players are dumb, and they're not dumb.
That's my new favorite thing. Net revenue is not real.
That's not a real thing.
And when you think about it, it's not. It's in fact not.
It's akin to when celebrities or somebody are politicians. Yeah, I can neither confirm nor deny that I may or may not have partaked in that party.
Mm-hmm.
What? What did you just say? Yeah, net revenue is crazy. What do you think the WNBA realistically hopes to accomplish in this whole CBA? Because I feel like they're trying to break the players, and I don't think the players feels like the players are like, we can blow all of this up. Like none of this has to go on anymore. We got Unrivaled. We can start going back overseas. Whatever you want to do, they're ready to end it all if need be. That's what it feels like.
Especially because I think you're right. Especially because the players who are not max contract players are like, I'm making $75,000 anyway. You know, at the end of the day, this little raggedy, bedraggled $90K isn't even a fraction of what I'm making off the court. Yes, the WNBA is what has afforded like people to have their minds open to these athletes where their brands have gotten bigger. But now that the what is it, the Pandora's box is opened, now that we've seen what Angel Reese is and Caitlin Clark is and all of these phenomenal players, now that we've fallen in love with them, we don't feel attached to the W to love these players. Yeah. We've gotten excited. I don't care if Juju Watkins plays a single day in the WNBA or if she plays in a domestic league that's called something else and is born out of some other agreement with other owners. Would that stink? Absolutely, especially as the Portland Fire are starting up, and it's a team that I'm super excited about. But like, I'm not wedded to a team or a league, especially one that has no real desire to pay the players what's fair. They're doing, in my opinion, everything that they can to weasel out of paying a fair percentage to the labor that makes that league as good as it is. We are a couple of years out from a new TV rights agreement, which I thought it was very wrong and unethical for the NBA to package the WNBA with the NBA and just pay the WNBA whatever they wanted out of that package, because we don't really know what the WNBA's portion of that rights deal would have been if it would have been negotiated separately. Same thing with marketing deals that happens, for example, with like the soda sponsor or the water sponsor. The official one of the NBA has just become the official one of the WNBA. We'll just pay us a tiny bit more and you'll get the WNBA too. That's BS in my opinion.
Wait, did that happen?
That's happened, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was talking to somebody that has played, who's worked in the NBA, WNBA, and played in the WNBA. And she was like, you see this Essentia bottle that you're drinking? Shout out to Essentia. She was like, the way that it's worked for so long is that ESPN has packaged the NBA and the WNBA together. And that has diluted our value from like a TV rights perspective. But also, so say the NBA goes and negotiates with Essentia and says, hey, you're going to be our official water sponsor. You'll be on the podiums. You'll get a portion of, billboard access in the arena. You'll get a piece of our jersey. Like maybe you'll be on a jersey or maybe you'll be on the floor or some sort of marketing deal. And so say that you're the WNBA and you go to the Essentia as well. And you say, hey, do you want to be our official sponsor of the WNBA? You'll get this, you'll get this, you'll get this. And they say, well, we already are. And then what do you mean you already are? Oh, yeah, the NBA negotiated on your behalf. And we're the official water sponsor of the NBA and the WNBA. Well, what money are we getting? Whatever the NBA decides you're getting. Wow. And that number brings down what the WNBA revenue looks like.
Yeah.
But that's not a real figure. That's
you also have no way to sell.
You're not able
to. You have no comp.
Yes. You have no team. You have no right. They've had the rights to sell for you exclusively. And a lot of that started, I don't think it was all malicious because a lot of that was all one team, right? The WNBA didn't have their own resources to sell on their behalf in the early days, right? Even not that long ago.
When you say team, you mean like a league team, not like the Los Angeles Sparks.
They didn't have their own like sales team, right?
Yeah,
like it was all like a part of the NBA sales team.
Same front office in New York, same everything. Yep.
Yes. And so,
same floor.
It makes it really hard to distinguish what's market value for you. Mm-hmm. What really can the WNBA bring in if they're selling everything on their own? And that's yet to be determined yet, because that hasn't really happened in a major uniform way. And once we know what truly the upside is for bringing in revenue for the W, because it's all handled in-house away from the NBA side, then we'll know whether it's like a powerhouse or not. As of now, it's kind of just fugazi, in my opinion. Well, not in my opinion. It's fugazi.
Facts, yeah.
Alternatives. How sustainable do you feel Unrivaled is? Like, can Unrivaled be what it is, produce the amount of money that they're producing right now? Can they do that for a decade? Can it grow? Or like how sustainable do you think that is for them to say, hey, we don't need the WNBA?
I think we have seen a major point of growth from year 1 to year 2 in arena, given the fact that they were able to go to Philly and sell out the Wells Fargo Center. Like, that thing packed out. Mm-hmm. It was so successful that they've moved the semifinals, which I just found out today. They moved the Unrivaled semifinals to Barclays Center this weekend. So the first round will be in Miami. The semifinals will be at Barclays Center. And then the finals will be back in Miami. So I think if you take what Alex, Nafisa Collier's husband, has been doing, and he has done a phenomenal job at organizing the event element, and their team has done a phenomenal job at delivering for the consumer in terms of like TNT, pregame, postgame, the social media aspect and the highlights culture of Unrivaled, I think is probably second to none. This gal, Chloe, came from Overtime Women's Basketball. She was one of the creators of Overtime Women's Basketball. She runs all of their social, and they run each individual team account almost like Game of Thrones towards one another. They're throwing shade. They've got like a very tribal aspect to choosing a team and like nicknames for said team. So I think they could, if they wanted to, scale. And I think they could scale around the country. And they could do it in a way that they're going to have to build more teams if they're going to compete with, or add to a point in time where there's a lockout or a work stoppage or a missed season. But I think that they can do it. And the rest of the players will probably go overseas, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Man, the fact that you pointed this out, the fact that, KC, that we might have a WNBA lockout and a Major League Baseball lockout within like the span of a year, that's a tough look on multiple fronts. I don't know how much those two audiences, like the core of their audiences, intersect. But anytime you have two professional sports franchises, and both, you know how I feel about baseball at times. Baseball has gotten a lot better with some of the criticisms that I've had towards it. They've gotten stronger in that regard, and they've started to take steps in a positive direction. Obviously, the steps the WNBA has taken over the last 4 to 6 years have been mind-boggling. Where that they're at, and seeing these numbers that are thrown around for like a salary cap and for what max salaries would be and what veteran salaries would be, and all of that. It's such a far cry from the league that I was so close to, in as recently as 2014. It is just a seismic difference.
Yeah, that'd be tough, man.
Yeah, it'd be tough.
That'd be real tough.
It'd be real tough.
I think, real quick, I think you have to get comfortable with the possibility that, the WNBA will completely be altered forever. Right. If you lose a season now, I honestly, then you go into like arbitration and lawsuits. The Valkyries probably sue. The Portland Fire probably tries to get their expansion fee back. Worst case, give us back until there's a season so we can make some interest on this money. You owe us this money. The Toronto Tempo, they probably sue. There's a lot of stuff that goes along with not having a season. I truly believe.
And none of that stuff falls on the players.
Exactly.
That's all stuff that the league has to deal with.
I was going to say, who does that fall back on? And I know it's the WNBA, but does that ultimately fall back on the NBA too?
Yes. So if you're the players, I think you have way more leverage and less to lose. And less to lose from a PR standpoint as well. Pretty much in every facet, because there's new opportunities. Project B, not to say I'm a fan of Project B, but that's right around the corner as well. And they're going to want stars. So if you're the players, you say, there's a lot of places I could play. Social media is worldwide. I could continue to get these fits off and these takes off and dance and hang out with my friends and parlay. I could do that in Korea and Singapore. I can do that overseas in Germany to play for Fenerbahce like Brianna Stewart is doing. Like she says, oh, they just made me an offer. I couldn't say no. And now she's playing in the final 6. I think her last game is the first day of training camp of the WNBA season. There's a lot of people who said that's a big signal that she doesn't think that the league is going to start on time.
They can mess around and move on Rivals' schedule.
Yes, they can. They said they're ready to continue the season and start again right away.
Yeah, they can be right after college basketball.
You mentioned if you can off the top of your head, walk us through this real quick. Portland affiliated with the Blazers?
No.
Toronto affiliated with the Raptors?
Don't think so.
Okay, so those are positives, because I'm wondering if there's obviously a lot of rumblings about a potential return of the Houston comments that's directly related to the Houston Rockets and that family down there, or the family of owners, I should say, down there. But I wondered if it becomes you're talking about like the Valkyries. That's Joe Lacob. Hey, Joe, hold on. I understand. Don't sue though. Don't. In fact, Joe, just hang on, because this is the NBA. Just hang on. We're gonna get this worked out, and it becomes hey, it's me, KC, it's me. Don't do that, Trysta.
Yeah, the
Bethals.
That
doesn't work if you're not associated with the NBA, though. It's
the
me.
Bethals
You ain't nothing.
Own the Portland Thorn. So they have no affiliation.
That's okay. That's right. I knew
they
have
no affiliation to the Blazers at all. They do not care. They will get their money back right quick. And the question that I have too is they're building. I don't know how much it costs off the top of my head, but I want to say it's really expensive. A Portland Portland Thorn combined facility that was announced at the start of the bid and them getting the Portland Fire. So the money that you're dumping into a facility for a team that no longer is going to start the timeline that you had, all of the jerseys that you've made, all of the money that you've put in, and you guys can't get it together. I don't know. I don't know what recourse. I know they're going to try to seek recourse though.
If the Warriors
and the question that I have, which I don't have the answer to at all, what happens if we don't have a draft because we have no season? Do we have a double draft next year?
Yeah, that's crazy too.
I don't know. Like this league has had a lot of things. They've never had a lockout. The WNBA has never had a lockout. So this is uncharted waters.
If the Warriors get the number 1 pick in the NBA, I'm investigating.
Oh, facts. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And they'll do it with 39 wins and a play-in loss, just like Dallas did.
They're not even eligible. They're not even in the lottery.
They're not right now. Not right now.
The number 1 pick. I'm like, wait a minute.
It's Trysta Krick of the Heat Check podcast. Let her shoot. She created the Daily W. She's with us here on the Marathon, 60 minutes of commercial-free sports talk with D'Lo and KC on KIFM, West Sacramento, KRX, QHD2 Sacramento, ESPN 1320, always live on the free Odyssey app. Let's head over to the NBA. We saw the Spurs beat the Pistons up last night. Does that say anything to you? Where are you at with the San Antonio Spurs?
I think it means more to me about I continue to bang the drum that I do not believe in the Pistons. And people are getting very mad. Detroit is thirsty for wins. The fan base is passionate. and feeling slept on and disrespected. But I said this to you guys before, they just at times, if Cade's your only creator, it's just a problem. And so you can only get by so much on trying to get something out of Duncan Robinson and Tobias Harris shooting corner threes. Like Jaden Ivey was supposed to be that secondary creator. And now he's not even on the team anymore. He's not even a version of himself, he said, that he was before. Yeah, he's like, that version of me is dead. So
that was such a weird.
It was sad. It's so sad.
So weird. That was so weird.
Yeah, that guy been through.
Yeah, he sounded like this is too much. I'm sorry. It sounded like he does not want to do this anymore.
He's broken. He seems broken.
And I mean, I don't know that I can blame him. Like that's tough. That's tough. He was right there. Like he was right there. And then he gets hurt.
And that was a traumatic injury.
Yeah, it was a bad one.
That one, that's an injury where you're never the same again in a lot of respects.
Especially mentally, it could be really tough.
Yeah, somebody that was as athletic as he was, and his game was based around that, and that's gone. And it's like, well, what am I now? You know what I mean? I can imagine him thinking that. So,
And that Purdue Jaden Ivey was so electric at times, like unstoppable at times. And so that's what they were hoping would be a backcourt of Jaden Ivey and Cade. And now, yeah, you've got Cade and Jalen Duren, and that's an exciting duo. But I don't know if those two are enough to get through the East. Whereas I think the upside of the Spurs do have enough. We know what their upside looks like. Their upside is stifling defense, perimeter, like a level of perimeter pressure all across the board from multiple guards, not just Stephon Castle, not just Dylan Harper, but Keldon Johnson and Devin Vassell. And they're getting all up in your grill because they know that you've got Victor Wembanyama right behind you. If for some reason they get past you, he's right there and he's eating up a portion. I mean, the paint is now basically anything a couple of steps after the 3-point line. Like that's where the paint is when you have a guy with that level of wingspan, and he can get to those places on the court faster and just based on his size alone and his athleticism alone, that essentially changes the whole nature of your defense. And then offensively, Stephon Castle has turned into this downhill attacking guard who can get to the line. You've got Dylan Harper there sort of doing a facsimile of that. And Victor has that, I don't know, like a top 5 ability, right? And so when you add that and then the shooting from Devin Vassell and the Keldon Johnson, and then you got like Luke Cornett there when Victor Wembanyama's not on the floor. They have a lot of pieces. Now, will they go 3 rounds and be able to sustain that? Who knows? But we've been saying that OKC was too young and it was too early for them all the way until they won the whole thing.
Detroit can't shoot. That might be Detroit's biggest issue. They're not a great 3-point shooting team.
Yeah. Well, we talked about this around the trade deadlines. I remember specifically with Trysta, and I think I can't remember if we were in agreement or not, but it was like, if you're Detroit, like, do you go get DeMar DeRozan?
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you don't, that's saying I trust in Tobias Harris, who has had a good year, but I trust in him in the playoffs, and that's a risk. And that's kind of where they see themselves at right now. They probably should have took a serious look at somebody like DeMar DeRozan.
Well, and not even DeMar. I think it's like a guy that can create and shoot the 3, right? Like DeMar is not the greatest 3-point shooter. And so that only solves the creation problem. That doesn't solve the perimeter shooting problem that they have. Now, Tobias is a pretty decent 3-point shooter, especially he has been in Detroit. So you wonder, okay, like he's not quite a creator, but he is a decent shooter, and you've got Duncan there. You really need someone that can combine both of those things together.
San Antonio, biggest threat in the West. Is Houston moving you at all? Is any other team in the Western Conference moving you?
Ugh.
I say biggest threat is in biggest threat to Oklahoma City.
Yeah, I like It depends on health. I think I still am hanging on to hope on Denver. I'm hanging on. We're going to see. They've let a lot of games go in the clutch. Aaron Gordon's hamstring is obviously weighing on the situation. What you're getting out of Christian Brown isn't maybe what you thought you should be getting for the amount that he's making. There's a lot of questions, but you still have the Joker. And this guy can single-handedly, him and Jamal together, that ham and egg is so potent. And in the playoffs, they're so battle-tested. And like they were right there last year with Oklahoma City. You could say they pretty much gave that series away in either game 5 or game 6. And so I think they're up there. I think there's some motion with Minnesota, but again, it's similar to Denver in the sense of like, what have you done for me lately in this regular season? I know what you're capable of. I know what is your upside, but I can't just imagine that you're going to put it together in the postseason when I haven't really seen it so far. I know that it's happened in prior years, but do you have enough steam for a postseason run now? So, yeah, I think it's probably Denver.
Okay. I want to dismiss Denver.
Yeah.
But I did that last year. And they made a hell of a run last year. I had to go back and apologize.
With 6 guys.
To them. Yeah. I had to apologize to them because they absolutely could have beat OKC. Aaron Gordon's hamstring was, blown up, and that if it's healthy, maybe they win that. And they kind of feel the same way this year, right?
Yep.
Like I'm going to be like, nah, they don't have enough. But it's Rudy Tomjanovich. Never underestimate the heart of a champion. And they showed that last year. So I'm going to give them that respect. Minnesota, they're 6th right now in the standings. It feels like they should be like 3rd. Feels like every time I turn around, they didn't beat OKC or they didn't beat up on this good team. But yet when you look at the numbers and the win-loss record, they're somehow behind the Lakers. I don't even know how that's possible. I got my eye on Minnesota. I do have my eye on Minnesota.
Always have your eye on Minnesota.
Always. Houston, I don't buy in at all. I'm not in.
How come?
That offense, it's a perfect example, that Knicks game the other night on Saturday.
Oh, it's tough.
Just the offense disappears like David Copperfield, and they just can't get a bucket.
That's an old person's reference.
Jesse, you know who David Copperfield is?
That's a great question.
Houdini. Do we know who Houdini is?
Yeah, Friends.
Magicians have kind of gone out of style.
David Blaine.
Were they ever in style? Yeah, is that
David Blaine? But he doesn't disappear, David Blaine.
True. Yeah. He's like more of a daredevil, damn near.
Yeah.
He is.
I mean, I remember I used to watch them, David Copper. He's going to walk through the Great Wall of China. Oh, my God, he did it. This is crazy. Why'd they put the curtain right there? Oh, in case something happens.
Now they just walk up buildings.
Yeah.
That was terrifying.
So you see the way that they operate. Like, I don't mean to reference Kevin Durant's alleged burner, but Jabari does do some dumb stuff. At the end of that Knicks game, it was almost begrudgingly, it was almost some sort of grudge on KD. He's like, I'm going to take the last shot. Clank. It's like, this is exactly what KD allegedly was talking about. Şengün, I think, is super soft. I just don't trust. No Fred VanVleet. No me. I'm not into it.
Them comps to Domantas Sabonis.
Yeah.
They might have been spot on.
Şengün looking a little funny.
Yeah, they might have been spot
Very
on.
talented player.
Yeah. It's just like Domantas Sabonis.
Yeah.
Very, very good. But those two guys might only get you so far.
Agreed.
I'm happy to report, by the way, David Copperfield's alive. I was a little concerned. I was like, he's 69 years old.
Is he still doing magic?
I mean, what else would he be doing? I assume so.
Working for the state.
He's won 30. He was nominated for 38 Emmy Awards. He's won 21 Emmy Awards.
What
spectacular.
Wasn't he handcuffed and wrapped in steel something like underwater and had to escape? Wasn't that one of his things?
That sounds right. I don't know.
It was crazy. Vaguely remember that.
He had a Vegas residency. He did 15 shows each week
at Treasure Island.
at MGM.
Oh, okay. My bad, David. Yeah.
Shout out David Copperfield. I don't know. I'm gonna go down this rabbit hole of watching like David Copperfield TikToks or
listen,
or
Chatty House,
YouTube.
help me out. You guys watch David Copperfield? Do you know him? Do you know Houdini?
We know who he is, but I don't know if Jesse would. Hey, Jesse's back. Jesse, do you know who David Copperfield is?
He's like a magician, right?
Oh, see the young
No, I think the farthest it goes, like he's a magician. Yeah,
okay.
Like Vegas,
right.
but that's it.
That's right. Yeah. All right.
Jesse knows.
He made the Statue of Liberty disappear, guys.
Oh, I gotta see that.
He levitated over the Grand Canyon.
I gotta see that too. Well, I know what I'll be watching tonight. That in The Office.
Yes, David Copperfield highlights in The Office.
Speaking of, I meant to watch it last night.
Speaking of highlights, if you had, and I want to do this rapidly. Trysta Krick with us. If you had the number 1 overall pick in the NBA draft, who are you taking?
AJ Dybansta.
Okay, let's visit that. Number 2.
Darren Peterson.
Okay, you thought way longer about that than I expected. Number 3.
Cam Bruiser.
Okay, and for the love of God, it doesn't get any lower than that, so we'll stay there. Why AJ at number 1?
I've just been a fan of AJ since before he even got to BYU. I watched him in person. I think he's an absolute dog. I like his body type more than I like Darren Peterson. I think Darren Peterson has a ton of upside. And I'm not saying that Darren Peterson is doing any of the things that people are accusing him of at all. Like, I don't actually buy into that whatsoever. But I am a little worried about his durability. And like, you see smaller guards, even guards that are kind of thick boys like Scoot Henderson, have issues with their calf, have issues with their hamstring. I think AJ Dybansta is going to be super, super durable. I like that he can score at all 3 levels. I like his mentality. I like him a lot. And in terms of like, why not Cam Bruiser? I don't buy that 3-point shot, really.
I really want the Kings to have one of the top 2 picks because I really feel
you can't lose.
Would it be easier if the Kings had 2?
Sure.
So you don't have to make the decision.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
You just take the other one,
and you can still be. For me, I'd still be
worked out really well for the Seattle Sonics.
Very well.
It
worked out very, very well.
Very
for them.
well. But I love those 2. I think those 2 are a tier above. Trysta, I've been on this train for about 2 or 3 weeks now, and I don't think the 3rd best player is Cam Bruiser.
What are you on Darius Acuff?
He's the truth.
He's not even going to go 3rd, though. That's crazy. He's like literally 9th overall. They're mocking him.
Top 5 now. Or at very least, he goes like 6. Like maybe they take somebody takes the upside of Michael Brown Jr. ahead of him. But I've watched about 8 or 9 Arkansas games, and I've tried, I try to look at these guys with a critical eye if I'm trying to evaluate them. And man, I can't see the weakness. I guess the one weakness I see in Acuff is I wish he was like 2 inches taller, like 6'4", 6'5", as opposed to 6'2", but he can shoot it. He's a dog. He plays through injury. He competes on both ends of the floor. I think he's the 3rd best player in this draft.
That 6'3" is tough. 6'3" is tough.
I know yeah.
That's what's killing him, really. It's also, I'm not saying that they're the same at all, but Davion Mitchell had an incredible career at Baylor.
Mm-hmm.
And he's ended up having a nice career in the NBA. And a lot of people were super high on Davion. And you guys know I love Davion. But I don't.
Yeah, that's your boy. Like
that's my guy.
Like,
that's my guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not saying Darius Acuff is Davion, but I do caution smaller guards going to the league being able to translate right away. Or at all. Sometimes at all.
Right. You know who
I like him. 49 points in a game is a bucket getter.
And it was like 16 to 23. Like he was killing. You want to hear the comp that I've heard and the comp that I think is more comparable? Some people have said Stephon Marbury. And I don't think he's as good as an athlete as Stephon.
No, I don't think so either.
Could jump through the gym. I look at Darren Williams when I see Acuff. I think Darren was probably 6'5" or so. So that's a little difference. But I see that type of player when I see Darius Acuff. That'd be pretty damn good.
Okay. Well, the Kings are going to have choices, that's for sure, because they're drafting somewhere near the top of the draft. Hopefully higher than 5.
Hopefully higher than 5.
And maybe now that we're talking through this as a family, maybe it would just be better if the Sacramento Kings had the 2nd overall pick.
For sure.
Just to eliminate any
we had no choice.
Things from happening.
We had no choice.
Just have pick number 2.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Same. Who would you want outside of the Kings? Now that we've established you want 2, what do you think the most fun team is to get the number 1 overall pick?
The most fun team, and you're saying outside of Sacramento?
Yeah.
My first thought is Brooklyn.
Why would that be? I was going to say Washington.
That's horrible, Brooklyn. That's not fun at all. Why is that fun?
Have them in New York.
Oh, God.
But that team's so far away.
You don't even like Brooklyn.
Well, I like Brooklyn, the city. I don't like the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, why is that fun? That's terrible for basketball. Why is that good for the NBA?
I'm with that.
Washington already got Trae Young, man.
They what?
They already got Trae Young.
Oh, they already got Trae Young. So you're saying
I don't need Indiana to get him either. Like,
well, yeah.
I love Indiana number 1. That's my
we asked that. That's kind of crazy.
Fingers crossed pick. They'd probably take AJ Dybansta.
That's what I was gonna say. That'd probably be AJ, right? It wouldn't be
unless they cleared the way for Darren by moving Mathurin. Although that was a contract thing too.
And they love they love Nembhard and Neesmith.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be fascinating. They might trade the pick.
I've had enough fun with Indiana. They went to the finals. They had a nice little run. That's cool.
Oh, that's a
wow,
good
you hate them.
I enjoy.
I wouldn't say I hate them, but I don't need a fun Indiana Pacers team in my life.
I disagree. No, that's a good basketball team.
They're good for basketball.
They're already good. They don't need the number 1 pick.
Oh no, they don't. No, but it would be. It's a storyline.
Mm-hmm.
It would be interesting if knowing how this ended, because it's ended. Would you still, knowing how it ended and knowing what you got from it, would you still do the Tyrese trade?
If I was the King?
If I was the King, yeah.
That's because we know it ended terribly. So no.
So I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be very honest. I'm surprised you said that. I asked that knowing you'd go, well, yeah, we got the Beam Team year and you had to get to the playoffs that year. I was certain that was going to be your response.
That's my thought, but we know how it is.
Yeah, and this is how it's ending. Yeah, it's terrible.
Almost anything would be better than this. So no.
But you got the euphoric high of the Beam Team.
You did. Now, I will also say this. If you get, and now we're going way down the line, but if you get the number 1 pick and this guy is an all-star, multi-time all-star, then yeah, I probably would, because I don't think you get the number 1 pick any other way.
Didn't you see what Tyrese Haliburton just did?
He did fantastic. That's great.
You'd rather have Darren Peterson than Tyrese Haliburton?
Yeah, I think Darren Peterson is. I believe until he shows me otherwise, health-wise, he's going to be a better player than Tyrese Haliburton. So yes,
you're not a big Ty fan.
No, I think he's great. He's a great point guard. He's a fantastic point guard. But I think Darren Peterson.
I think he's one of the game's great players. I think Tyrese is a great player.
I think he's a great player too.
And what probably gonna go down in history as that was one of the most maybe the most clutch run we've seen from a player in history.
Absolutely.
Just Mr. Clutch.
Absolutely. That was fantastic. Absolutely.
And just like Mr. Clutch, he lost in the finals. So there you go. It works. I'm sorry. Jerry, I apologize. That's sorry.
Messed up. That's messed up, okay? That's messed up, okay?
I know. Not good. Not good. Do you want to go ahead? Sorry.
No.
Do you want to ask her your Luka question?
No, you can actually have your Luka statement to her.
Oh,
that I agree with. I'm ready to back you up with that too.
This woman. So my old ass dog peed in the hallway, and for whatever reason,
there's Mrs.
And for whatever reason, my mom thinks it's a good idea right now while I'm on. She knows I'm on. Of course, she knows I'm on. To click, clack, clank around, and I told her I've muted the mic, and I said, "Could you do this after the hit?" The answer, obviously, is no, because she just keeps making noise. You see me. I'm turning around multiple times. And you can hear her. You can hear her.
Is she talking to you or is she talking to Ollie?
She's talking to me.
Oh. Okay. Well, that's okay. That's Mama Krick. She can do what she needs to do.
She's part of the show too. She's part of the hit.
Mama Krick can do what she needs.
She said, I can't leave it. I have to do it right now. It's like, no, you don't. I'm gonna be done very soon. It's not gonna make a big difference. We have a little carpet shampooer.
I don't think I could leave it there once.
10 minutes?
I don't think.
Is it carpet?
Yeah.
Trysta. You gotta.
We have a carpet shampooer. It's a pet carpet shampooer. It will come out.
I probably would get it.
I get the OCD. Yeah, like I get the dog pee up. I understand.
All right. Well, clearly this is not a good.
You're not going to win this battle. You're not going to win this battle over here. I think Luka. This was the statement Kenny was referring to. I think Luka Doncic is overrated. I've just come to that conclusion.
What is he rated? What is he rated?
He is discussed.
Where is he rated, and where do you think he should be rated?
This started. I started to form this opinion and didn't really share it with anybody like sometime last week when, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, oh, you're podding.
Yeah, like, but you guys telling the whole story.
Yeah. Like KC was listening to Bill Simmons and Zach Lowe.
Why do you love Bill Simmons so much?
I just like basketball talk. He talks basketball. I don't always agree with him, but he talks basketball.
What about Zach Lowe? Why don't you mess with Zach Lowe?
I do. I listen to him.
Well, I think it was Bill Simmons talking to Zach Lowe, if I'm not mistaken.
Every time you're referencing a segment, though, for the show, it's always Bill Simmons that you're using as a jumping off point.
Not true. Sometimes I talk about 520. I listen to 520 a lot.
That's a totally different thing.
I reference them, though.
You know what podcast is great is Mello's.
It is.
Is it?
Mello's podcast. Yeah, Mello's podcast is really good.
Is it? You want to know what's crazy? Is they tag, anytime they talk about women's basketball, they tag and collaborate that clip with the Daily W. Who knows why?
Terrific.
That's fine.
That's terrific because you're the go-to
for the voice.
Women's sports.
Women's sports.
Yeah. That's a good look.
D'Lo's right. Luka's overrated.
Okay, so you asked where was it? It started because I think those two guys, and I'm not a big Bill Simmons fan, but I do like Zach Lowe. They had Luka as a lock for All NBA first team, and I've kind of gotten to the point where it's like,
why is that?
Yeah,
they just give it to him.
We have really decided with Luka Doncic, we're not going to talk about an entire side of the floor. We've also decided Luka Doncic, it doesn't seem to matter if he makes other players better. You are very, very quick to throw that line out there about a variety of different players in the league. But you don't hear that referenced with Luka Doncic very often. The only national media member that I can truly remember, and anyone who saw it will never forget it, going at Luka Doncic was Brian Windhorst. And that was during the NBA Finals. And Luka's obviously an elite scorer. But as a overall basketball player, to me, he is not top 5. If you want to put him at top 10 because he is so skilled at that one, that's perfect. That's fine. I'm not going to make an argument that Luka Doncic sucks. That's not what I'm doing. I just don't think he's all NBA first team. I don't think he's even remotely scratching an MVP conversation. And I think he has skated quite a bit on the fact that he is completely deficient at one of the basic foundations of professional basketball.
And doesn't seem to care.
Right. There's that too.
And isn't durable. He's had issues with his health as well. Yeah, I think that's right. I think the hard part is when you see him on the offensive side of the ball, it's really hard in those moments to say that. But when we're having a clear-eyed basketball conversation where we're not wrapped up in the Luka magic, I would 100% agree with you. I think Kawhi Leonard should be a lock for first team All-NBA. He might be playing better than anybody else in the league right now. In terms, he's playing his best basketball of his career.
I'm assuming it goes without saying he can't make it.
Yeah, I don't think he's got the games. I don't think
No, Kawhi has played a lot of games.
I think he has, but has he played? He's played 44. Math. Maybe he could. Yeah, I mean, he probably has. I don't know how many games the Clippers have played, so he probably has 4 or 5 games left that he could miss.
So he's played. You said he's played how many games?
He's played 44 games.
All right, and the Clippers have played
32 minutes a game.
The Clippers have played
probably 60 games. He probably got a handful of games or so. He can miss.
They've played 57 games.
So he has 57 games. You got 24-5 left, 25 left. It looks like he has 4. Trying to do this real quick. I think he has 4 that he can miss.
He already said,
4 over 25. Like, yeah.
Well, he already said they can't win a championship, so it doesn't even matter.
I ain't worried about him winning a championship. I'm wondering if he can get these accolades that he deserves.
CK, I want to ask you because
he played 37 games last year in context.
We got a minute and a half or so. I want to ask you: do you think you can win a championship with Luka being your best player?
No, I do not. No. I mean, you
didn't even need a minute and a half.
Well, I think what you need, similarly to what you need for other stars of that archetype. Yes, Luka's huge, but he's still similar to Damian Lillard. And again, I'm not hating on Dame. We all know me and Dame love Dame. But you need to protect players that are guards that cannot defend. You need to create not only a front line, but a back line that can protect them on all levels, where they're the only ones that are weak defensively. So it's just really hard to build a roster like that in the salary cap era because those type of two-way wings are really freaking expensive and hard to find. Very rare players. So I think it will be extremely difficult to do that, considering what you would need to surround him with. And then you add where the Lakers are at. Clearly, Austin Reeves and Luka can't be on a team together and win at any level.
Rich Paul tried to tell us.
So Austin Reeves cannot be on this team next year. They got to do a sign and trade. And I don't think you can win with Donovan Mitchell being your best player.
Well, see now.
So wait a minute. Wait a minute. We gotta go. That was a drive-by at Donovan Mitchell.
He's not that good of a defender anymore.
At least he gives a damn.
Yeah, but that's okay. I don't care if you give a damn. Can you defend?
He can defend better than Luka.
But he's not a good defender.
Maybe not.
I need you to be a good defender. I need you
is
to
he
be a willing defender.
Is he a fine defender?
No.
He's bad?
I think he's a meh defender.
That's it. King of the drive-by on the way out the door. That was a good one right there. 60 minutes and she just, by the way, Donovan Mitchell sucks.
No, I just don't think you can win with him being your best player.
I understand. Jesse's telling us we got to go. We love you, Trysta.
Bye, Jesse. See you later. Bye, guys. Love y'all.
That's how Trysta go. I agree with Trysta. You can't win. Donovan Mitchell's your best player.
Oh, I thought he was signaling go to break. He was signaling right on.
Oh, she can talk as long as she wants now.
Last week he said Kobe was no good. Now this. I don't even know my
You
guy
both
anymore.
said Kobe.
I didn't say that at all. He's top 10, number 7 for me.
All right. Anyways, we love you, Trysta.
All right. See y'all.
All right. Number 7.